Okay, so today I'm dyeing this New York Jets can koozie. Notice I have the dye in the cap, so I've had a couple spills, and then you ruin your whole work. You need to start over. So I just keep a small amount of dye right here in the cap. It's a little tedious work, but it gives me time to just relax, and I don't watch a lot of TV. There's too much bad stuff on the tube. Once in a while I'll listen to some nice quiet music while I'm doing this. Today I'm working in my garage. It's kind of damp and cold to be traveling around working out of the van, so I'm out working in my garage today. It's today's Labor Day. Summer's over, so gonna have to get used to this cold weather. But you see how it just do a little bit at a time. You don't get a lot of dye. I don't want to get the dye onto the parts that I don't want the dye, because you can't get it once you get it on there. You can't get it off. Alright, I'll get back to you when this is done, and then when I start doing the stitching, I'll show you a little demonstration of the stitching. Okay, so now I've got the green dye all put on there. It came out okay. Got my brand, got the person's name on there. This is for a gift. Ready to dye. I'm going to be using Canyon Tan dye. It's kind of a light brown, really light brown. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so again, I put just a little bit of dye in the cap because I don't want to get it all over the parts that I don't want it on. So I'm going to start with a brush just around the edges of the football shape here, and then I'll use a dauber later to fill in the main area. Kind of stay away from the edge if you can, because the dye will kind of soak in and spread in. I don't want to get it onto that border. Just work your way in slowly towards the border. Kind of like this light tan color. Kind of makes the leather more natural looking, instead of having a solid color like a green or a blue on the whole thing, because it doesn't look like leather anymore when you do that. This is all handmade. You can go out and buy a nice blue koozie for $2-3 at the dollar store or the General Dollar or wherever, or Walmart. but they're not made of leather, so they won't last very long. This should last you a lifetime, as long as you take care of it. Don't leave it out in the rain, or soak it with beer or soda or whatever you're drinking. So I'm going to go all the way around this border, and then I'm going to do the entirety with a dauber. And I'll show you the finished product. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like my products. There's also I have an Etsy shop, and I'm also on Facebook. It's Eisingerleatherworks. All one word. On Facebook, it's Eisingerleatherworks. It's separated. They didn't recognize Eisingerleatherworks as a word, so. But on Etsy, they make you have it all in one word. So if you go to the Facebook page, there's a link to my Etsy shop. Okay, so here's the finished dye product. Came out pretty nice. I'm happy with it. This is the dauber that I use. It's a cotton dauber. I get them at the Tandy Leather. Brushes I just pick up Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever. I look at, see if they got some quality brushes. But that came out pretty decent. So the next step is going to be to put a sealer on this. I'm going to use Resin. I like that because it's waterproof, and for a koozie, Resin, Feebing's Resin, it's waterproof, and for a koozie, it sweats a lot when you put a cold beer in there. So okay, so here I've started stitching this Jets koozie. I'm using a cross stitch on the bottom for like the first 5 stitches, and then there's a football has 8 stitches on it, so I'm putting 8 football stitches across. This side here I've completed. Came out pretty decent. It's all hand stitched. To make the football stitch, you need to go across double. You go in that hole, and then you come up underneath through the next hole. Tighten it up. Okay, then on this stitch here, I'm going to go in and then up through the next hole. I'm going to come back across with this one, go in that hole, sometimes it's kind of difficult to find the holes from the inside. There we go, up through the next hole. So it's making a cross stitch on the inside is what it's doing, and a straight stitch on the outside, which is a football stitch. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the end of that stitch. So then underneath there, I'm going to finish up this with a cross stitch all the way up through, which is basically just the same, but from the inside. And then you go back down through all the way down through the stitches on the inside. I don't know if you can see it here or not. Pop back through on the outside, and then run your stitch all the way down through these here, and then go back in on the inside. Pull it through, and it's got just like a football. Thank you.